Very childish. That's definitely my style.
Guys, have you ever had a pee so powerful you can just go from like 8 feet away? Or like sometimes you'll just see how far you can get that fucker, you know what I mean? Like marathon pee, like, oh God. No, I'm the only one. That's the worst part is I'll get caught doing that at the urinal and someone will walk in and I'm like 8 feet away just making this like javelin piss from across the room. You gotta time that right, because when you get on the other side of that pressure, if you're not backing back in by the end, then you're really gonna make a mess.
I think there's just a base standard of humor that people can understand.
Lately, I've been trying to tell more stories, you know. I try and go for more smart stuff also. If it doesn't, if the jokes don't make you laugh, at least it'll make you think about something.
I was wondering why some of these books, they have a non-fiction section. You guys know that? A non-fiction section? Why are we describing a whole genre of books by what they are not? You don't do that with movies. You're not like, hey, you want to go see Sex and the City 2? You know, the non-comedy? Ha-ha! The non-science fiction adventure political thriller? The non-good movie? Why are you doing this with non-fiction? That's terrible.
I like making jokes about things that make people uncomfortable.
I would like to introduce to you this new idea I've been kicking around, and it's called movie sex. And instead of changing positions with your partners and everything like that, you just choose one position and you just make sure that it's themed to that particular movie. You understand what I'm saying? I'll give you a few examples. Braveheart sex, for example. Gentlemen, most of the effort is on your part because it involves you going at it and saying, hold, hold, no! Freedom.
Always record yourself so you can listen to it later on, realize what worked, what didn't work, and you'll find different things will work at different times. It'll drive you crazy.
Just go with your instincts.
You need to have fun when you're doing stand-up.
Just do it as much as possible.
Don't date the waitresses. Because if you do and it doesn't work out when you come back, she'll be the manager. All right. Well, good luck to you, Dan.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, it'll be interesting to see if you make it and you take it to the next level.
So, for all you that don't know me out there, I'm from Pittsburgh.
Yeah!
Yeah, anybody been to Pittsburgh recently?
Yeah!
It was recently voted the #1 most livable city in the U.S. I don't really know what they were going off of. It was cholesterol and alcoholics. I'm definitely in full support of that. If anyone doesn't know Ben Roethlisberger, I don't know if anybody watches football in here, but he was recently caught up in a rape accusation. It was actually his second rape accusation. He's not guilty though. Come on. Alright, but Ben Roethlisberger coincidentally has a great name for a sandwich. The Roethlisberger. And a lot of shops in Pittsburgh sell Roethlisbergers. They still sell them even after his popularity dropped a bit. You just have to eat them on your knees in a bathroom stall now. Does anyone remember the days when you could tell who the crazy people were? I like to call them the days before Bluetooth. In my apartment, including me, there's 4 people and a dog under one roof. And sometimes, you know, in the hustle and bustle, the dog gets left at home by himself. And yeah, there we go, thank you. I was waiting. He had some pretty hard times. One time, his water bowl was empty. Right? I take him to the dog park a lot. He likes that, he socializes, gets exercise. I feel like, well, after a few times going to the dog park, I feel like it's kind of like a nightclub for dogs. You can't get 10 feet through the door without getting humped by something. The next morning, I always have to check them for fleas. You never know what those bitches are carrying. Clorox actually pulled their ads off the Fox News channel. I don't know if you guys heard about this. You gotta think, you're getting pretty out of hand if Clorox thinks you're too white. The karaoke just makes sense to me. I like doing a lot of songs that nobody expects me to do. You know, I walk up on stage. And I know what you're all thinking. Oh God, here comes another Genesis song. Great. Gotta listen to this shit. But then the tune for Sexual Healing starts playing. 22 years old. If you guys can do the math, that means I grew up in the 90s, which was a great time. We had a Super Nintendo, fanny packs, and Bill Clinton. Yep, I grew up during the Bill Clinton administration. First time I heard about blowjobs was actually on CNN. I was sitting in the family room. My parents were on both sides of me. I figured out my dad was pretty much put on this earth to embarrass his kids. Embarrass me especially. But he's a smart guy. Probably wouldn't be on stage right now if it wasn't for him. And I'm gonna leave you all with one of his favorite phrases that he leaves with me. Think with your big head tonight, not your little one. Thank you guys. All right.